Hey there, Dan here, and the Switch 2 sold one of the most amount of units on day one. It sold like nothing can compare to it currently. And so, Switch 2, what does it have on release date?
An $80 game about driving. Yes, let me pay $450 for my Switch 2, and let me pay an extra $80 on top so I can drive in a straight line.
I mean, although the Switch 2 came out with only Mario Kart World as a first party game, can you really blame them compared to PS5 and Xbox Series X? I mean, Xbox Series X had nothing, and the PS5 had something. I mean, I'm not defending Nintendo for only releasing a first-party game on release date, only one. But I mean, they're gonna release it as time and time again. And you don't have to buy the game, so it's not like they're forcing it to you. One of the main things that got the most amount of misinformation during the Switch 2's release date was the game key cards. Because everybody was thinking, oh, I'm not going to be owning my games because there's just going to be essentially a download code but on a cartridge. Which wasn't true, but people just didn't know. It was very confusing at the time. And so then, everyone was seeing that Sega was making games like Sonic X Shadow Generations a game key card and got mad because it fit on the original Switch cartridges and it's only like 23 gigabytes, the Switch 2 version, so they could have easily just put it on an actual game card. But Sega just wanted to make more money. And it's not like you get an expansion pack if you bought the original Switch cartridge for the Switch 1. You would have to buy a whole another copy of the game if you wanted those Switch 2 enhancements, which made everybody mad. The Switch 2 console does have some different quirks than the Switch 1 though. It has an amazing 8-inch HDR LCD 1080p screen, which we'll dig a little deeper into later. This is a big upgrade compared to the 720 6-inch screen on the original Switch. Now, most people were concerned about it being a worse screen than the OLED Switch, which by technicality, it is. But most people have said that the Switch 2 screen is the same quality, if not better, than the OLED Switch. The size compared to the original Switch is just massive though. I don't have a Switch 1 anymore, but I have seen how big it is compared to Switch 1, and it is just amazing. Now, although I was just talking about how great the Switch 2 screen is, by technicality, it is one of the worst screens on the market currently. People have reviewed it and realized that Switch 1 screen is technically better. I mean, Switch 2 screen is brighter, but Switch 2 screen isn't really that good, which shocked many people, which honestly, I'm not going to use that as a con for the Switch, because it's honestly in the eye of who looks at it. I personally think it looks really good in my eye. It may be the worst screen, but I'm okay with it. I don't mind it. I think it's alright. And people may disagree with me, people may agree with me, and that is okay, because it's more of a opinion based. Because if you don't like it, then that's Nintendo's fault. But if you do like it, then I'm glad that you're happy with what you have. But I just want to put that out there that technically this does have the worst screen on the market. Now, the main thing people are interested in is how good the games look. Now, for games like Super Mario Odyssey, the change may not be big at first glance, but when you compare the two side by side, for some people, it's like night and day. The loading times are way faster on the original Switch, and the graphics just look better with them being on 4K on a 4K TV. And I've been playing games like Breath of the Wild in the Switch 2 edition, and it just looks like an amazing game. And was gonna get into the Zelda franchise when the Switch 1 was only released, but I didn't want to due to the fact because I thought it would just be too bad, loading time wise and graphics wise. But now I get these ports and it's just like, wow, I've been missing out on these good games. And I'm glad that Nintendo is offering us some free updates, because it's really annoying when some companies make you pay like $10 just so that way you can play an enhanced version of the game, which is just like maybe one line of code to name it 60 FPS. Which I know some people may be thinking that $10 is a lot for something like Zelda Notes, which I agree, I don't use Zelda Notes, but some people may use it, and so you're getting like a package deal. So that's what I like about the Switch 2 enhanced games. Some original Switch 2 games, though, look amazing on the console. Like, I recently got Fast Fusion, and it looks amazing on the Switch 2. I mean, like, this just looks like a PS4 Pro title to me. Which, I get it's last gen, but this is a portable, you know, you can't really give a lot of power to something you can hold in your hand. So I do appreciate how good Fast Fusion does look. And although I complained about Mario Kart World earlier, I have been having some fun with it. Normally, I'm not really into Mario Kart like that, but it has made me have a lot of fun, and I do like the Grand Prix more than Knockout Tour just because the intermissions in Knockout Tour are annoying. And I'm really excited for the future Switch 2 games to release. I already pre-ordered Donkey Kong Bonanza, so I will be getting the game on release date. And maybe I'll make a video about it if I am not too lazy. But overall, I do like Switch 2 games on Switch 2. I think they look amazing, and with the new hardware, I'm just excited to see the new possibilities we haven't been able to reach with the original Switch. Now, my personal experience with the Switch 2, honestly, it has been an amazing roller coaster ride. I mean, I got it on the June 10th, which is kind of annoying, but Atari gave me a $50 eShop gift card as a way of saying sorry, so I got some Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack with it, and I've been playing some GameCube on it, and I gotta say, the emulation is really good. I mean, if I'm being honest, I really haven't played that much GameCube on it, just due to the fact of how little games are, but I know Wind Waker is a really good game, so I can't wait to try it out when I play some of the other games first. And I've been playing it more in portable mode than I used to with the original Switch, because one of my main issues was the screen was too small. I didn't really feel like buying a whole new Switch OLED just for a bigger screen, because I didn't really care for the quality of the screen, I just want a bigger size. So I've been playing the Switch 2 more late at night, and you know, playing it while watching TV or something, and it's honestly amazing. My only complaint though, actually I have two, is the battery life. The battery life isn't very good for long play time. The battery life can have from 2 to 6 hours, which isn't that big of a deal sometimes if you charge it actively, but it can get annoying when you're mid-play and it's telling you you have low battery. So that's one of my issues with it. And the comfortability of the Switch 2. Now, if you don't have a grip, it is very uncomfortable and your hands can get numb really easily. But recently, I did get a Mumba Switch 2 case, and it feels great. It's very lightweight, so you don't have to worry about that, and you can easily remove the Joy-Cons without removing the case, so that's amazing. And I can put it in my Switch 2 case, which is also amazing. But that's just my personal experience and what I have been doing with the Switch 2. And
if I were to recommend to anyone if they should get the Switch 2 now or just wait, honestly,
If you don't really have any games you want to play at the moment, you can just wait. The Switch 2 is going to restock eventually. I think recently it did. And, there's still games coming out for it. We're still waiting on Donkey Kong Bonanza. And if you're into Metroid, you need Metroid Prime. And, just stuff like that. So, overall, I wouldn't say if you aren't too hyped about it, you don't need it right now. But getting it in the future will be nice if you're interested in the Switch 2. And I think Switch 2 hate is kind of forced, but I do get it. I understand the price tag, but I feel like that's the only reason why people are hating on it, which is really saddening because it has so many great features, but people get mad because of the price. So I would just say, do whatever you want with your money. I'm not to tell you. And that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, please. I want to get to maybe 500 subscribers by the end of the year so I can get monetized, and then I'll probably make more and more videos because then I'll know you guys will like these. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching me, and bye.